Hi, I'm Gabriel Sion. Welcome to It's a Wrap, a brand new show about film, friends, and finance. And today's guest is Blue Story's Stephen Odubola.
How's the lockdown been treating you?
Right. Can't complain, man.
Yeah?
Just trying to get through it, man.
Yeah? So what's been your coping mechanisms for this lockdown? How have you been coping?
I've just been trying to keep busy, man.
Yeah?
Like, it could be the littlest thing, man. It could be research, it could be watching a film, it could be taking a drive, bro, down the road, bro. I just need to try and keep busy, man. Otherwise, you lose yourself in this lockdown, bro.
Yeah, no, it's not been easy. Now, you're Nigerian, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so am I as well. Okay, I'm assuming that you might be Yoruba by the surname.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is the worst butchering you've heard of your surname? Because it's Odubola, right?
Odubola, that's Odubola.
See, even I butchered it, isn't it?
Odubola is Stephen Odubola.
So one of the things is that my tongue can't do that twist. There's a twist
I know.
Your tongue has to do.
I've heard Odubola, as if I'm bowling, bro. Odubola, but.
Before we even get into it, so who are your two friends? Sorry.
This is my boy Gordon.
Gordon?
Or Gods.
Okay.
This is my boy Daniel.
Daniel.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So where are you from, sorry?
I'm Nigerian as well, born and raised.
What part of Nigeria? What tribe are you from?
I'm Benin.
Oh, the Audi of Nigeria. Because if you're not Yoruba, then technically you're not really.
Listen.
You ain't part of the gang, bro.
Benin is a royal tribe. Google it, man.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're the richest tribe in
Do
Nigeria.
your Google, yeah?
Yeah, of 100%, man. 100%.
Okay, and where are you from, sir?
Uganda.
Where, sorry?
Uganda.
Where's that, sorry?
Wait, we're not doing Listen, Uganda, the pearl of Africa.
The pearl. You know the flag. You know the flag with the chicken on it.
Okay.
That's what he's talking about.
I'm going to talk to you after this interview. I don't want to find people on screen.
Oh, so the pearl
Of Africa.
Oh, wow, that's what Uganda is, sorry.
Yeah, that's Uganda.
Okay, fantastic. No, I just didn't know where we were situated.
You should have known, man.
No, so when I was in school, I didn't do my own geography.
Oh, okay.
No, I do apologise. Sorry about that. Talking about school. So I'm assuming obviously you've finished secondary school, college. Now, did you go to any drama school by any chance?
I did, you know. I went to Identity Drama School.
Okay.
I was there in 2012, you know.
Yeah.
It's actually a while ago. Well, 2011, going into 2012. And yeah, man, I was only there for a bit. I was only there for a term.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I went
So would you say acting has always been your passion, or was it a case of where you weren't a good footballer and that was the next thing?
Boy, that's part of it, you know. I can't even lie.
Terrible at football. Seriously. Terrible.
I'll admit it, man. I am rubbish at football with it. All the people around me, my boys, they was all good at football. And I just kind of grew up different, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't always my passion, but I think around the age of, when I was at 15, 16, I was thinking, let me actually, what do I like doing? What do I need to focus on? And acting just stood out to me, man. I remember just loving drama so much. Yeah. So I was thinking, yeah, man, let me go down that route.
No, so at what point did you guys, because some people don't realise how much friends impact people's lives and decisions they make. So I want to know, at what point did you guys enter Stephen's life?
Well, do you want to? We went same secondary school, innit? So,
okay.
I think you got in about year 10 or something like that. So we didn't really chat in secondary school until like year 11.
So you weren't really feeling him too tough.
No, he was like the new kid, innit? Do you know what I mean?
So getting bullied and that.
Nah. But it was a case where he was a new kid, but like he was cool. He was always like certified with us, man, innit? Do you know what I mean? So like around year 11, we went same college and that, and then we just started to become like cool and friends. Even when he was doing his acting thing, we used to shoot some little small tapes like from early on, so I knew he was serious about acting from then. So yeah, man.
Okay, like, so secondary school, so year 10 would be about 14, 15.
Yeah.
And at what point would you say you?
So I met him in first year of university, so that's 2014.
Okay.
One of our first conversations, that's when he told me he was an actor, aspiring to be that. Showed me one film, he was in like an army film, do you remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that.
Yeah, so he showed me a clip from that. So from then we had conversations saying, listen, if this is something you want to do, if you need to even come out of uni, you should do that to pursue that passion. So I definitely knew that you had that motivation to take it that step further.
You're from Kennington, aren't you?
Yes,
okay, what area are you guys from?
Croydon.
Croydon and?
Well, from where I grew up in like Knightsfield, like Brixton, but I live in like around like Clapham sides.
Okay, so technically we would say that you're all from kind of marginalised areas in a sense. So you're from Kennington, one's from Croydon, one's from Brixton. Now, how much impact would you say friends actually have? So I'm going to talk directly to you, Stephen. So we know how much, people use the phrase often, products of your environment. And I want to know, how much influence would you say friends can actually have, and can they actually disrupt what parents have actually taught you as a child?
Yeah, I think for sure, man. I feel like we're all products to our environment to an extent. I feel like when we grow up is kind of like embedded in who we are as a person. But I don't feel like you should necessarily play into that. You know what I'm saying? So with me, I grew up in Kennett and I grew up around a lot of crazy things, man. Crazy things, man. But I feel like if it weren't for my older brother, who experienced a lot of things I experienced beforehand, and kind of told me, look, this ain't the way, sort of thing. Because I was when I was around 50, when I was a teenager, when I was like 15, 16 years old, I wasn't with it. I don't think the way I used to think then, I don't think now.
Okay.
No, I think, you know what I mean anyway.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
So, yeah, man, I was just always caught up in trouble. This, that, to the point where my parents couldn't even really chat to me no more.
Now, would you say that your parents taught you right from wrong? Would you agree with that?
Definitely.
You knew basically the right thing to do, the wrong things to do. So what do you think it is that makes adolescents and makes teens actually go against what their parents say? Because I've been in trouble with the law. Okay, never been to prison, but I've done things I shouldn't have done. And my mum droned it into my head what was right and what was wrong. However, I don't know, I'm asking you, what do you think it is that makes adolescents still go against what their parents say? And how much influence would you say friends have? Would you go as far as saying they have more influence than their parents?
Yeah, I would, you know. I would, because you see, it's actually mad to say, but you see, I feel like you see your friends more than your family when you're in your school kind of years. So with me, I was more around my friends. When I get back from school, I'm on the block with my friends doing whatever, and I'm just seeing my friends. So whatever way we acted as a collective is the way my mind would think.
Yeah.
Rather than my parents thinking, Stephen, don't do this, I'm thinking, whatever, man, my friends are doing this. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I'd think.
And the thing is, if I was to add to that, when you're African, like, they're not really into your life. They don't really know exactly what you're doing 24/7. They just tell you, don't do this, but your friends are the ones who influence you to do certain things. So if your friends are from like a proper bad circle, then you're more likely to go down the path. I mean, but at the same time, it depends on your mentality as well. Because if you've got a strong, because I grew up around like gang members all the time, like, so if you got a strong mentality, you can fight that a bit. Do you know what I mean? So you're not, you know what I mean. So you can be around bad people, be influenced, but to an extent, if you got your own.
Okay, so the two of you obviously have grown up from secondary school and you still remain friends now. Yeah. Now, I'm pretty sure now, I'm going to bring you in a second, how have the two of you managed to seem level-headed, okay? Now, as friends, I'm sure there's certain times when you've probably gone to do something you shouldn't do. As a friend, has he been a friend to kind of say to you, Steve, I don't know about that? Or is he the kind of friend, you know, you get them yes men. Is he a yes man?
Nah.
I don't know, is he?
He's a yes man.
He's a yes man. In fact, who's the alpha in the group on this table?
Let's be honest, man. I'm the captain.
You guys know what we're saying.
I wear the armband. I lead us into battle.
Listen, get out of here, man.
Get a load of this guy.
I'd say in our group, we're all alphas. We all bounce off each other. We're all on level.
We all try to like lead each other and have a positive influence.
This is the thing, when we're not in community, like we pretty much talk pretty much every day, innit, but when we're not in communication, everyone's doing their own thing, do you know what I mean? Like, so Stephen will be doing his own thing, Gordon's doing his own thing, obviously Chris is doing his own thing, I'm doing my own thing. So, but then when we come together and talk, even as we're getting older, we have more like normal conversations about just life now. We're not even talking about little young things, we're talking about, okay, cool, what are we trying to invest in, what are we trying to do now? So
I think touch on what he said, I feel like as we've gotten older, our relationships have evolved. So when we were younger, maybe we'll just be talking about girls, talking about things were not necessarily that important. But
obviously, sorry to interrupt you. Obviously, Steve's just started getting girls now, innit? Ever since
bro.
No, obviously, I was wondering because he told me he's trying to
kill me.
No, he told me
this is a no.
It's
a normal thing.
That before Blue Story.
No, man.
He said that technically Blue Story was actually you. Like, he wasn't the guy that got girls. Apparently. No, I don't know. Is that true?
I feel like that was him. Timmy is Steve.
Oh, so he wasn't actually acting. He wasn't acting.
He wasn't acting. He's shy. He starts around girls. Doesn't know what to say.
Tell him the truth.
Wow.
Tell him the truth.
Obviously, when like everyone's got a game to an extent. Like, you can't be from South and not have game, man. You're built with that, you know what I mean? Obviously, unless you're one of them like socially awkward people. But obviously now that he's in Blue Story, he's getting more acting careers in there. Like,
Okay.
it's not.
This guy's fucking.
So who's most likely to get finessed by a girl on this table? Who's the most likely to get finessed by somebody?
Wait, this one you gotta think very
Let
carefully.
me actually think
and-
about it.
Let's actually
Give
think
me a
about it.
specific
Like,
example.
you know, like when you get finessed, like for instance, you're chatting to a girl, you know, she's kind of partying you, but you're still there hanging on for dear life.
All the signs of-
You pick her up from her house, drop her home, pick her up, just getting finessed. And at the end of the day, she was never on you. But you know the guy that just got, you know, like you just got a blindfold on, you just can't see it. And the man in the WhatsApp group, like, brother, can you not see this? I like her.
Do you know what? I'm gonna take you out of the equation.
Yeah,
Is that me and him?
Yeah, man's not in this.
Who's most likely out of the two?
Man's not in this.
You see the thing with me and him, yeah? I'm more open about things. So if something happen, I'll be like, hey, madam, guess what happened? Him?
I'll deny it.
He's never come into
I'm not
life.
disclosing that information.
Exactly.
If I got embarrassed, no one's finding out. But
It's going straight to the grave.
yeah, only the wins. Only the wins.
You know what I'm saying? So, no, I don't know, man.
Who
You're
would you say
sneaky.
out of these two?
For me, I'm bottom of the list. I'm not getting finessed.
No?
You know what I mean, none. It's never happened to me.
I'll agree
Are
with
you,
that.
are you from the States by any chance?
What, America?
Yeah.
No.
Have you ever lived there before?
No, what?
No,
why
it's just
do
a
you-
No,
I get what you mean.
Genuine,
No, but-
genuine, because I'm seeing the drip and I just. It's
No,
looking,
you know, listen, if you like the drip, you like the drip.
No,
you
I
know
was
what I mean?
wondering because is there hair under there?
Yeah, I got braids, man.
No, because I got a friend called Marvin Abbey who wears a do-rag and he's got no hair. So I
Oh,
was
no.
wondering,
I
so
got,
actually,
look,
Have you
I got
got
braids, bro.
Have you got hair under the hat?
oh wow! So
I'm just asking. I've been wondering. You might as well show the hairline.
Yeah, man.
Let's play a game. Show the hairline.
Show the hairline, bro.
okay.
Reveal the hairline.
All right.
Doesn't know what to say now.
Reveal the hairline.
He's what we do, yeah?
Yeah, you got me. You got me that one. You got me that one.
Uganda. No problem. Okay, all right.
Take a drink.
Okay, I like it. Okay, pew pew. Okay,
Corn's flying.
no problem. I accept that. Okay, no problem. So you got someone that wants to be in DBE? No problem.
I'll take that. It's not wrong. I'll take that. You know what I mean? It's light.
No problem. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Quick fire question to you: Denzel or Will Smith?
Ooh, that's a difficult one still.
Denzel, man.
Fresh Prince or My Wife and Kids?
Fresh Prince.
Okay, Daniel Craig or Liam Neeson?
Daniel Craig.
Nicolas Cage or John Travolta?
Nicolas Cage.
Okay, Marvel or DC?
Marvel, for sure.
Straight away, no if, no buts,
no but, Marvel.
no nothing.
Yeah.
Like there's
DC
not even a
DC
question.
on levels. I shouldn't even be saying that.
They're not ready yet, man.
You sure DC? Are you sure?
No, wait. The thing about DC is, I'm a fan of DC.
Okay.
You can we're all fans of DC, but I feel like they're just getting their feet on the ground. You know what I mean? Whereas
Okay.
Marvel, they've got their franchise. And
Yeah.
that, but DC are gonna do a madness soon. That's
Yeah.
what I'll say. Like, do you know what I mean? I think they're gonna do a madness. I got comic books, bro. I got all the Superman comic books, but DC are gonna do a madness. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I'm a DC
Cut
guy.
that out of the edit.
Now I want to have an open conversation. So this whole thing is about film, friends, and finance. And one thing that most actors and most people in media struggle with is when it comes to finance. So for instance, you find a lot of comedians, a lot of people who are literally like when they're just trying to cross over, like you've crossed over already, but when they're just trying to cross over, there's that juggling of when you're, I don't know how to explain it. So for instance, when you're YouTube famous, for instance, you know some people who are just like social media famous, but they don't know how to monetize what they're doing. So for instance, someone like let's say for instance me, if I was trying to be a budding actor or whatever, you would probably say that someone would probably take the mick out of me if I was working in Sainsbury's
Yeah,
or
facts,
Tesco's. Like,
yeah,
it's like for instance, we couldn't see Stephen in Tesco's.
No,
and it's
no,
like it just wouldn't. You'd be like, "Raw, what's
Yeah, what's he
going
doing?
on?"
Yeah, what's
But
happening?
if you want to be honest, there are, for instance, unless you're in a film, okay, or you've got some kind of sponsorship or you're in an advert, you're not getting paid. Just like musicians, you find a lot of musicians who they struggle because they're famous, but they don't know how to monetize what
Or
they
get
do now.
money in other ways.
Now, I want to talk from the age of about, say, 18 to now. So you're 25 now. So let's talk from the age of 18 to 25 when you actually said to yourself, you know what, I actually want to be an actor. I know you actually study business entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
I've done a bit of
Research.
I've done a bit of research. I know you
Research.
studied that. Now, did you finish?
I finished, yeah.
Okay,
Graduated.
you got a third, isn't it?
I got a 2. I wish I could say I was first. There's a 2-1.
No, that's fine. No, that's good. So between now, so obviously when you realised that you actually wanted to go into acting, okay. Now, I know it's a difficult thing to actually discuss. So let's get Blue Story out of the way now. So let's say you've done Blue Story, you've got paid for it, okay? You've got the money for it. That was in 2000. That was towards the end. That was end of 2019, wasn't it? Now we can say between then and now, I think you did something called Two Brothers. I think it was Two Neighbors. Sorry, and that's something which you directed and done yourself.
Yeah.
Now, is it fair to say between Blue Story and now, that has been your major casting role since then?
No, there's obviously some stuff under the belt, but in terms of I get what you're trying to say. It's hard. It's hard, man. I'll be real with you, because after Blue Story, it's like you expect a whole lot of things to land on your lap.
Yeah.
And you know, that kind of comes down to the team around you, what opportunities you get presented with, and yeah, it's not easy, man. You gotta have a strong man. I know a lot of people. I'm not gonna say names. But I know a lot of people that's in Blue Story, my actor friends, that haven't landed any work, and that's obviously it's just not easy, man. There's Corona there as well, so it's just a lot of things. But you gotta have a strong mind, man. But Two Neighbors is something I wrote and directed. It was around the time of the Black Lives Matter, when everything was blown up and when George Floyd unfortunately got killed by a police officer. Yeah. So I thought, I need to
shed light on that.
Yeah, and where I didn't actually go to protest physically in like the marches and stuff. That's not the only way in my head you can protest.
Of course, yeah.
You can do anything in your field to shed light on that.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I wrote and directed a short film that I don't want to give too much spoilers because I'm releasing it soon. It's around that basically, and it kind of brings awareness in a different way. So yeah, that's that. My agency's been lining me up with meetings and such, and I've landed a couple of things since then. I've landed I just filmed another feature film back in October last year, October 2020, and that's gonna get released soon. And I just filmed a kind of lead, a cameo into a TV series recently.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Perfect.
it's getting back on track, man.
Okay. So you would say that. So would you say that it's been? So how difficult has it been during this Corona period? Would you say that has it stifled you in a way? Or would you say that it's allowed you to be a bit more creative because you've got more time to yourself? So what have you been doing to keep your mind occupied?
That's a very good question. At first, let me take my mindset was, this thing is really put a hold on everything. How are we gonna get back to normal in the film industry? What if we have to wear masks? How's it just gonna work? So at first I was just down. I was thinking, this is crazy. Like, do I have to look into another drug? I gotta start hustling again. You know what I'm saying? I swear, that was my mindset. I was just thinking, I've got to start doing a madness again.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, and then it started picking up again, and it was at first it wasn't straightforward, like it was like kind of easy, innit? So I just remember just thinking, Stephen, you gotta use your creativeness and do something. So that's why I came up with the Two Neighbors project, and I also started writing a feature film. I remember tweeting one day, I need to start putting my film ideas to paper on Rapman. Yeah. He just replied and was just like, get onto it, man. You got time on your hands now. Get onto it. So I was thinking, why not? I've never written a script before. But I said, you know what? I've got time. Let me start using my creativeness and start writing my own role. I don't want to give you any spoilers, but it's going real well. Okay. It's going real well. There's a lot of people on board, so yeah, man. Yeah,
because that's one thing that people don't ever talk about is the struggle in between when like you're not getting work or when you've been paid and basically Corona's hit. Yeah, exactly. And I would imagine a lot of people who are in media, comedians, musicians, actors, a lot of them are in that sort of space now where it's almost like, well, I'm not landing, I can't work. Okay, what do I do? And even when Corona isn't there, you find that when people are not landing jobs, or even musicians, for instance, when they've had one hot song, it's gone through, and then nothing's happened again. And we can't see them in Sainsbury's. I don't know why we can't, and there's nothing wrong in working in retail, but it's just how our mindset is sometimes, is almost to think that because this person's a celebrity, it almost diminishes them if you see them working a job. But you've got bills to pay.
Yeah, facts. It's always going to do that, man, because that's why they say fame is dangerous, because if you've got a buzz and you're like a public figure and someone sees you in Sainsbury's, in their mind, you've fallen off. So when you present an image of like, I got, especially if you're like a rapper or artist, you got watches, this, bust downs and all of that, and you present this image of I'm getting money, but your wealth ain't sustainable over a long period of time. When you do go down on like your funds, it's like you can't just go get a job, because as soon as someone sees you, it's getting filmed, going on a blog page, you're written off. Now when you make a track saying, yeah, I got bust downs, like, oh, look at this guy, he ain't got nothing. Do you know what I mean? So.
But how have you, as a set of three friends, managed to kind of, so obviously I'm going to assume, say Stephen's probably a bit more well known than the two of you. He's known. So whenever you go out, obviously he's the one that gets recognised, okay? Now, as friends now, how did the two of you kind of, first of all, has Stephen changed?
I think he's the same guy. He's definitely
seriously, he's not changed. Like he's the same towards you guys. Nothing's changed.
He hasn't forgotten about us yet. Not yet anyway. Not yet anyway.
So you say he's still the same.
Like he's scheming.
So you say he's still relatively the same Stephen before all of the fame now.
Cool,
would you say now? Because people often say that when people get to a certain point, they change. And I always say that people don't change. It's just what was inside of them has now come out. So if you're like an arrogant person or a rude person, it's just that you didn't have the clout to do it, but now you can do chest. You can now show all of it. Now, would you say that, for you, Stephen, would you say that people around you have changed since you've now done Blue Story? Would you say that, what's been the reaction to you as a person?
Man. Where do I start, bro? Like, people that I was kind of cool with, but weren't really cool with like that. Like I say, I'm cool with these, man. Yo, can you do me this? Hey, yo, what's going on, bro? Man's like, I don't mind I'm proud of you. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. But when it comes to like
the favors,
can you do this? Can you promote this? Can you do this? It's just like, bro. Like, let me have a break, bro. Like, fam, let me just live. And then the girls. Bro, I can show you my phone now, bro. The DMs I get on
alright.
Like, the thing with me, bro. Do you know what it is, bro? I always say to my boys, bro, my face ain't changed. My face ain't changed. What's the difference? Fame. Bro, when I don't even take it seriously, man. I'm real with you. I get so many, it's just like, what? I wasn't getting this much before. You get the odd one or two, but now it's just crazy.
So you mean to tell me that, so when a girl slides in your DMs, I use the term slide in your DMs, so you mean to tell me that whether she's, I'm gonna use the word peng, for those who don't know what peng means, it means delightful looking. Delightfully looking. So you mean to tell me that even if it's a peng, woman that slides in your DMs, but do you feel that there's an ulterior motive? Do you feel it might be a trap? Or what's your view on when someone who is peng? So obviously, we know there's levels to everything in it. So when like maybe the one that looks like me slides in your DMs, you might be like, I'm airing that. It looks like I'm airing that. I'm throwing my phone away. I'm blowing up my phone. Like I'm assuming you kind of think, But let's say there's, a nice little babes, slides in. So what's the typical?
You know what it is? At first, I'll be real with you, bro. When the DMs were coming, I was thinking, yo, I man them. Are you seeing this, bro? She DM'd me. I might give you a little reply, have come, but then I think over time, it's just like, nah, man. This ain't genuine. And I thought with me, when it comes to meeting girls especially, but I have to meet them in an organic way, man. I can't do the DM thing, because everyone's DMing me this. What makes you different, bro? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
I feel like there's a certain, it's not all women, there's a certain like kind of girl that as soon as they see fame, well, to be honest, fame makes men more attractive, innit? It makes you seem more dominant. That's natural, that's normal. So it's like the more fame you get, the more money you get, the more kind of girls are gonna gravitate towards you.
I've met girls over time, and I feel like it's the ones that don't even know who you are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The ones that don't give a damn about your fame, those are the ones that's making me think, okay, there's a challenge. Let me work towards this one, because it's like it's not as easy as the others. It's a different kettle of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. As men, we know the kind of things that we go through behind closed doors. As much as we might come out and do the whole bravado thing, we know all the trials and tribulations we go through. So for instance, you know the headache and stress that you've gone through as an actor. So since 2019, you're sitting there thinking, okay, as you said, I've landed this big role. It's all working, it's going there. And you're now thinking, okay, you go for this audition, you go for that audition. And sometimes you're gonna feel down. And would you go as far as saying that, do you feel confident that you can come to these two gentlemen and say, they go to, what we say, Steve, how's your day, man? How's the casting? Do you feel confident that you can actually express how you feel emotionally to your boys?
We do that all the time.
And know that you're not going to be judged.
With myself, it's a mixture, man. There's times where I do what I'm feeling, this is just mad. Be times the man I don't even pick up, bro. I just be like in my room, just be thinking, I need to have my own self time. But there's times where I feel like, cool, let me talk to the man, and the man will always make me feel better. You know what I'm saying? But Yeah, man, I can call on these, man, anytime.
Yeah, I think it's a case where, like, cause we talk frequently, just about like what we're doing, like career-wise, or whether it's investing and whatnot, and this and that. Like, we have these general conversations. That's what you said about keeping on track. That's what more or less keeps us on track. Because to be honest, I don't have to call Steve like, yo, man, how's it going today? Or like, but I'll know he's doing his thing because I've known him for years. Like, we know each other's mentality to the point where I know that you're doing your thing regardless whether we're talking about it or not. Like, we don't really like talking until the job is done, kind of thing, innit? Do you know what I mean?
We all know that if we need to have that conversation, that we're there
can
for
have
it.
that conversation.
So I feel like again, like I've said, our relations have evolved. So I feel like we can be vulnerable around each other. So if things are not going our way, or if we are upset, I feel like, I hope that obviously my friends can come to me and actually speak to me about it, because you always need someone to speak to, especially during difficult times. So
there might be a bit of light banter at first, but then we'll get
serious.
We'll get serious. You might get bantered but then okay, cool, hold on, this is serious. And
let's try to sort it out.
Because one thing I always find when you have guys who are in the limelight is that I always wonder how much of a rock their friends are, because people don't realize how important that social circle is. So that whenever anything is going wrong or you are doubting yourself, that you know your boys are the one behind you, like with the trumpet saying, "Nah, Stephen, do you not know who you are? Do you not know your power? Can you not feel it?" You know, so it's very important to know that he's got friends around him who can steer him in the right direction, at the same time be that rock when things are going wrong.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Now, so looking for the future now, what would you say is, we're in 2021 now, okay? So 5 years from now, if you had like a little crystal ball you could shake.
Talking about that,
you know,
a couple minutes.
Where would you say you would envisage yourself being? And a second question to that is this: they often say that people outgrow their friends. I'm gonna throw you in the hot water now.
Yeah.
How do you ensure that you don't go way over there, and your two friends, who are your rock, okay, who are the guys who are there rooting for you, okay? Because I know it would be a shame in about 5 years, you know, when we see Stephen in Hollywood, and then you message Stephen, and it's one tick. You're like, raw, like. I just wonder because there was a rapper in a certain area who had a lovely bit of jewelry, whose friends, you know, decided to. I'm not letting no names, please. You know, and you sit there and think, raw, like, how did that happen? Like, he was in the jewelry shop with his friend, everything was going nice, and all of a sudden, you know, they decided to help him out, help himself out.
As Meek Mill said, if you don't feed your wolves, they're gonna put you on a menu. And with me, I've been in so many different places, events, LA, this, that, like bare different places, and a lot of the time I'm thinking, yeah, man, I'm vibing with these new people, but I want my bros here, man. I want my bros here. So if I ever get to a stage in 5 years and, God forbid, one of my man is not
around you
or doing nothing, or, you know what I'm saying, hasn't really, things happen in life, and he hasn't elevated in life.
Yeah.
I'm putting my bro on. Facts.
Yeah.
In whatever, bro, what are you passionate about? Take this. Let's build together. That's my mentality.
Is he capping right now? Or is he?
Nah, never.
His voice is a bit shaky, but fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. But I feel like he's gonna forget about us, you know.
No, but the thing is
gonna run to Hollywood.
No, but the thing is, like, every man should be doing their own
exactly.
thing. Like,
you
have to remember you're a man, innit?
Okay.
So
okay, very important.
You shouldn't be looking for someone else to put you on. Because like, he's an actor, innit? So he's gonna be around like that industry. You're not necessarily in that industry. You're not in that world. You know what I mean? I'm a designer, so I don't want to be an actor in that per se. So there might be a thing where he can't really do anything for me. You know what I mean?
But I guess he could do a bit of product placement.
You
know, because
I'm saying that would be good in it, but I'm saying I'm not expecting. My priority is not looking at him to.
So to what extent? That's a good conversation. So to what extent do you say that someone should maybe try to bring their friend? Because sometimes we always think it's a given that when someone's like a big celebrity, we almost assume that like they should bring their brethren. Now, how do you balance not doing favors for everybody? How does it work? Because if I tell you to post something on your story for me, and I'm your boy, he might see it and be like, like, you posted Gabriel's thing, like, can you post my thing? How does that? Do you just not? How do you balance who to help and who not to help?
I differentiate, man. I've got my close peoples, and then there's my peoples. But my close peoples, I do anything for. And like I said, God forbid, but if there's circumstances where he had a dream and that dream didn't work out.
Yeah. He pointed at you know.
Okay, so he's the most likely to fail in the group. No, because when you look at him,
We're definitely not saying that.
because the way he just kind of was like, yeah, like if my boy fails in 5 years, like,
His dreams will work out.
No.
I'm joking.
Not like that. No.
joking,
If
man.
anything happened and if you call me like how we talk, like, oh, Steven, man, I ain't even feeling myself lately, man. Like, I see you doing this, I'll be like, bro, how can man help? Like, although I know you should have been patting yourself anyway, but if things didn't work out and I'm your close boy, bro, that's not much to expect from me that I should be helping you out. You know what I'm saying? In whatever way I can.
But I feel like at this stage when we're still so young, like
everyone should be grafting.
we all should be grafting. We have these conversations weekly. Like,
so you not talk about business, talk about investment, talk about. I like it.
Yeah, we do it.
So it's not just girls. It's not just girls.
We're past that stage now.
Okay, all right. Okay. So it's literally like investing, business, seeing what you can push your money into.
Exactly. And where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? I think the last time we actually got together and had a conversation before lockdown, this is literally what we're talking about. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's your plan and how you can actually get there? And if we're in a position 5 years from now to actually help one another, then obviously that's what we'll do. But I feel like we're all similar minded and we're all literally doing the actions that are going to allow us to get to that point. So yeah.
That's good though.
I think some people for bring-ins that like bring-ins to the parties, and he's not going to invite you to every party he's going to go to. Because sometimes he doesn't have control over who he can bring in that, do you know what I mean? If he's hosting his own party, we're going to be there always, do you know what I mean? We're probably part of the whole planning process to begin with. Yeah. But like, you can't expect him to be able to bring, or even bring everyone. Sometimes you bring 2 people. Like, we're not always the people who will invite to a party, but
and some
I don't expect that.
Exactly, and some man that are like not my close people will feel the type of way with that. Like, yo,
you must have had that already, like,
Steven's changed.
Yeah,
man. He don't mean.
Now they might see you in a snap, you might post a little Insta story, they're like, all right, well, no invite, cuz.
I'm telling, bro, this is facts. This is facts, but my boys don't feel no type of way.
Yeah.
This is why I can talk to these men about certain things. But
there's never been a time when you've seen a little Insta story and you're like,
Sometimes I see my party, I'm thinking, he said he was a dinner tonight. What's this guy, my boy, man? He said he was chilling tonight. I said, my boy, man.
Drinking champagne.
What was my invite?
Cool, must have got lost in the post or something.
Yeah, but for us, that's not really a bring-in.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal anyway. Like,
there's parties every single day of the year.
But he could have invited us.
Yeah, you could have let us know.
Now, you guys spoke about investing and that. So what kind of, bring me in, because I want to know what kind of stuff have you guys been talking about?
Right,
is it trading? Like,
let me start the
conversation. Seriously, I want to know what's the kind of stuff that you guys have been talking about investing.
Obviously, during lockdown, I was looking at, well, we're all kind of just talking about where we can put our money into it. So for me, it's like stock investing in it. So not like penny stocks, that's gambling, literally, but investing in stocks.
Educate me, I don't know. I don't know what this is.
So stocks is basically investing in a company that is a publicly traded company. So they're on they got an IPO basically. So you can go on different platforms like Free Trade, Trading 212, IG Trade, and actually buy shares. You can own part of the company. So when you buy a share, you own part of that company. So it's a good investment because you're thinking long term, like 5 years, 6 years. Like if I buy some shares in Apple or S&P 500 and I put £1,000 in and it grows by a certain percentage, I could have 10,000 or 5,000. So it's just a good investment for your money instead of leaving it in the bank and getting £12 at the end of the year, which does nothing for you.
1-2%.
So that's just one of the things we talk about. We always talk about, we talk about in a car. Every day we talk about investing, where we send stuff in the chat. But we talk about property investing as well, that we're all trying to like figure out how we're all trying to get into and stuff. So, but yeah, no, investing is something I definitely recommend people should look into for like the next 5-10 years. Do you know what I mean? So.
Okay, and you said you've got like a clothing, you're doing fashion design or some kind of...
No, so I'm a designer, so I'm a CG artist. I'm a CG artist, entrepreneur, and I own my own platform.
Okay. But plug it, what is it you... Let them know, don't be like... let them know. Let them know.
So basically I started a platform. Should I look at the camera?
Yeah, no, let them know, don't be...
Yeah, this is hitting me still. But no, I got a platform called Document the Broke, basically. And I've changed it to Creative Unlocked, so... We're just about to film season 2, so we're going to get a few kind of guests on. He might be on it as well. Okay. And, just talk about literally just people's stories and talk about what's beyond what people see as their skill, do you know what I mean? So talk about their life, talk about, literally break them down to the smallest molecule. But on the design side, I'm a VFX artist, so I work on adverts like John Lewis, Deliveroo, Coca-Cola, bare different adverts. That's what I do.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, he proper plugged in it.
But yeah, no, that's what I do. On the entrepreneur side, I invest in stocks and shares as well, trade as well.
Have you lost anything yet?
Oh, always, man.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Always, man.
Do you know what? Funny thing is that I'm not gonna bait him up, but Raps, you lost some money.
Oh, you lost some money.
Raps is in the WhatsApp group. Got all of us into trading, yeah.
I swear.
Then literally the other day,
it dropped.
Listen, he goes, listen. He said he come in the group side.
The last 2 weeks,
You weren't happy, bro. He came inside. You lost some money.
That's bad.
That's mad. But one thing is, everything's dropped right now, so buy up everything. It's on a discount right now. That's my last statement, man.
Yeah.
Just buy everything, innit?
And Stephen, did you think you got Blue Story when you done the audition? Did you think you
When
got
did
it?
that happen?
Did you think you got it?
Thank God every time, because I remember when that landed on my lap. I remember I was sending. I mean, when Shiro's story came out with Rapman, all my boys used to say, "Bro, you need to get on this project." And in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, I need to get a little small role.
I know you DM'd him. I know you messaged him.
Yeah,
I know.
So when
you got that fantastic air.
fantastic.
Like, who's this? Like,
another hopeful one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, man. When it came on my lap, I said, Stephen, you gotta prepare for this, man.
Yeah.
You gotta prepare for it. So literally, I remember reading over the script. I said, yeah, cool, we're ready. Got to the audition. I got there early. I see Rapman walk through the door, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit of a fan, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm a fan of his work too. He's my brethren. I'm a fan of his.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
a fan of his
So
work.
when he came, I'm just like, oh, we saying you good, yeah? He walks into the room, he's just like, what's good? Then I started seeing the room flood. And with actors that can intimidate you, you're just thinking, I ain't getting this, man. There's bare brothers here, bro. I ain't getting this. And then I went in the room, I done my thing, and I could see they liked it. But you get that a lot of the times in audition, but you just might not be right. They're still seeing 100 other people. But then, I done my thing. I came out. No, I stayed in the room and it was just like, are you busy today? Bro, I had a lot of things to do today. I said, no.
I'm free, man.
I'm available.
Why? They're just like, we want you to read over these other scenes. Would you mind taking it out and go back? And I went back into the waiting room and I know people are looking at me like, this guy didn't know his lines. Look at him. But I was there focused, bro. I was learning the scenes. People are going in, people are going home. I'm thinking, raw. People are going home. I'm still here, brother. So I'm learning the lines. Then they call me back in and like, Stephen, you ready? I'm just like, yeah, bearing in mind I had to learn these scenes.
Literally there and then?
There and then,
Okay.
bro. So I get there, I do it. They like it again. They're like, oh, can you take another scene? I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
But cool, I did it. And bro, the way I was just so determined, I said, I have to get this. But in my head, I was thinking, cool, I have a chance.
Yeah.
So I was doing that for a while. And then Michael Ward and Junior Afolabi came in. I had to do chemistry tests with them on the day, and this is my first audition, bro. Yeah. So I had minor notes from like Rapman and the casting director Isabella and the producer Joy, and they gave me minor notes, and I was just acting alongside them, and they loved it, man. I could tell. I could just, it was a feeling that I ain't felt before.
Yeah.
And I remember after the audition, they was just asking questions, blah 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 blah. Then I remember calling my brother. My brother was the first one I called. I said, bro, I think I got this role, bro. Yeah. He's just like, swear. I was just like, yeah, man, but we'll see, but I think I got this role. And next thing you know, bro. Yeah. Like, I mean, Blue Story, like, it was crazy.
So when you told the man then, what was it? What was it like when he told you?
I thought he was lying. I was like,
you thought he was lying?
I called you as well, yeah.
I said, you're lying. But then when he actually told, I was like, wow. And obviously, he told, literally what he told me, and I was like, damn, you've definitely got the role, man. Yeah. And it was a long time coming, because before that, the amount of rejections he got, and he started to doubt himself. He started to think, I've been doing this for like 6-12 months, nothing's coming, what should I actually do now? So it came at the perfect time, which was amazing for him.
I always say to myself, if I never got Blue Story in 2019, I don't know what my mental state would be, bro. I don't know. I can't tell you, because I'd literally been, before Blue Story, it was like a 8-year journey before that, trying to get to just auditioning for professional stuff. Yeah. And it was playing on me, bro.
And the funny thing is that people think it's an overnight thing. Exactly. They don't realise how long you've been grafting for. They don't realise that it's not some overnight thing. This is like 8 years worth of hard research on how to act, knowing how to even remember lines. Because I wanted to do acting when I was younger, but I couldn't remember lines. Like, people don't realise how difficult it is just to remember lines alone. Because I'm sure you have to remember it to a T. know when someone's coming in, when someone's coming out. I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it.
And then you gotta be able to have chemistry with the other actors to make it work.
It's a lot.
It's not easy.
I remember when I saw the post, I was like, oh, I was like,
you must have been gas for him. You lot gas like
I was like, oh,
how many of you got like residual girls off the back of just being his brethren? I know this one's gone out. I'm not even gonna tell you.
I'm gonna say this on camera. I got a girl. Man's not
okay.
Man's got a girl still. Like, man's not. No trouble.
You know, there one's like, I'm just hi, my name's Vincent. My friend Stephen, by the way. Yeah, he's in Blue Story. Yeah, he's the lead. I'm his friend.
I'm his friend.
In case you wanted to know.
You don't want to be one of them guys.
The girls come around, innit? But you know, what I mean, these men do what they
sometimes you got to cancelize, sometimes you just observe, innit?
Sometimes the girls are not for you, man.
They're not for you, man.
Just sit in the back, man.
Just sit
on the sofa somewhere and think to yourself.
And I get to that position.
Now, obviously, you're talking about doubting yourself. So, obviously, one thing that comes with obviously doing Blue Story is the accolades and the accomplishments, the awards and everything. So, what would you say? How has it been for you? So, obviously, the recognition from the outer world is what we all want, technically. Yeah. Obviously, your friends bigging you up. Obviously, even if they don't rate you, they still got to pat you on the back like, that was great, Stephen. It's rubbish, you know. But that was great, Stephen. So, what has it been like? All the accolades, the awards, and everything.
You know what? The first stage of doubting yourself always comes with like the rejections that you get when you're auditioning.
Okay.
And the second stage is cool. The film is out.
Okay.
Let's see who recognizes. And I just remember, bro, I wasn't getting recognized at all.
As you won't get nominated for like any awards
Nothing. And where I'm the lead of a film, obviously there's two leads, but where there's two leads in the film, weren't getting no recognition, bro. And I just remember thinking, raw, is it me? But then again, I had that moment. I said, is it me? Then it was just like, nah. There's one thing you got to clock about award shows, man. It's they do things in a way where it's beneficial for them as well.
Okay. And
I feel like at the time, because I only had Blue Story under my belt, maybe they didn't see it as, let's nominate Stephen Odubola. You know what I'm saying? He's only got Blue Story, but where there's other people that have other things, you know what I'm saying? Have other things under the belt, I might bring some buzz to their award platform. I feel like it was easier for them to go over them. But for me, they kind of just
dismiss what you did.
Yeah, like I feel like it wasn't even like, I don't even think it was conscious. That's the thing. I think it was just like, nah, these guys are the guys that's popping right now. Let's focus on these, man, rather than focusing on
you.
So basically, so when like you're seeing award shows happening, or you're seeing people giving accolades to, let's say, maybe other people in the scene, I'm assuming that at some point you say to yourself, I'm a lead in this. I killed my role. Like I done my shit. And I guess you say to yourself, why am I not being acknowledged? And you're saying you feel that it's because maybe this was your first major role, or do you feel you're being blackballed, or what would you say?
I wouldn't say blackballed. I ain't done nothing wrong to nobody, but I feel like it's just maybe some people are more. They bring more. If they win an award, they bring more. Whereas this is my first thing. I'm a laid back guy. I'm kind of humble. Other people bring more. Stephen, I feel like he would, you know, it would be more of a thing if he won. You know what I'm saying? So I without saying any names, that's the way my mindset was, and that's led me. It's all a learning curve, bro. Because it's led me to believe, or it's led me to start thinking. You shouldn't even be seeking awards and trophies and tokens as a result of your hard work. That should never be the way, bro. Like, it's just a token. It's someone's opinion. If you believe in yourself and you're secure within yourself, you don't need to look outside for excess validation. That's the way I see things, man.
No, it's nice and level-headed. And on that note, I want to say thank you very much, guys. It's been a great conversation. And I'll say, it's a wrap.
Yes.
Let's have a little toast for 2021. Hopefully, Corona will fly off and leave us so we can celebrate.